the Voody Voodpekkar Show. Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, yeah, 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 Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, yeah, 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 Voody Voodpekkar, yeah, Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, yeah, wow, yeah, wow, Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, Voody Voodpekkar, oh, now Voody Voodpekkar, yeah, wow, wow. It's the Voody Voodpekkar Show.
Hey everyone, we've just passed the Londondungeon. What have we passed?
The Londondungeon.
It was back there. Now we can see the Tower Bridge.
I'm looking at the tower bridge.
Hey Joss, look at that bird over there. She looks mentally handicapped, but she's got big tits.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Look at that aeroplane up above.
Look at that.
We're standing outside a pub whereby it would appear that for this documentary for the BBC, she looks mentally handicapped, but she's got big tits.
Lovely.
And she's looking at us very happily. Joss, we've pulled. Joss, look, it's train up in the sky.
Amazing.
Londondungeon.
Frightening.
I'm going to switch this off now because it's getting overheated. And so are we.
Look at all the clothes pegs lying on the ground. Don't you ever think they'll never make a sound? My mother said to me, and went and had a wee, and here comes the man with imparsyllabic vowels. And I said, no, no, don't take me to the country fair. No, 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 because I know that man will be there. That man with special doobies and a furry fucking attachment. And don't forget to give yourself a scrub.
Much magic birds, I can see for miles and miles and miles.
Tommy, can you hear me?
Miles and miles and miles. Tommy, can you hear me?
Top of the Pops.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Top of the Pops.
Hi.
Tonight on Top of the Pops we examine some of the more interesting malaise of this society.
She's seen his facial then.
Leave my facials out of this. Of our society. With a look at fat birds we meet in bars. We met two fat birds today. One of them had freckles like they were going out of fashion. The other one had glasses, which were never in fashion in the first place. Round fuckers.
And what did we do? Well, not the spoon trick, that's for sure.
Explain the spoon trick if possible. I know, explain it. Explain the lack of it.
I stole 4,000 plastic spoons.
You did.
And proceeded to make a big fucking fuss about the fact that I was now going to do my spoon trick, but it took ages to set up.
Yeah, in front of two fat girls.
It took ages to set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and nicked some more spoons, saying that I required more. When they complained about the amount of time it was taking to set up the spoon trick, I explained that Zen Masters or something
You did?
spent longer setting it up than me, so they shouldn't complain. Finally, I gave up on the spoon trick.
And give them a boost up the arse.
I kicked,
Not the girls.
I kicked all the spoons. And they scattered hither and thither, and then I announced, quite worriedly, that there was a particular trap I didn't want them to fall into.
No, I explained that there were more than just the particular trap that he had in mind. We didn't want them to fall into any trap.
The basic trap,
in particular,
the specific trap we didn't want them to fall into was that of thinking that me kicking the spoons everywhere was the spoon trick.
yeah, but in addition to that trap, I pointed out that I didn't want them to get caught in sort of a gazelle trap. That, you know, little gazelles going through the woods, clamped on their legs, because I admired one of the girls' ankles. The other trap I didn't want them to fall into
It was a little more...
was like a trapdoor kind of affair set in the street. arranged by way of a practical joke by Alistair McGowan, who does some of the voices on Spitting Image. And, you would have loosened it beforehand, waited for them, and then just laughed at them as they fell down this trap door. That was the other trap I didn't want them to fall into. Didn't want them to fall into that trap, did I, Rich?
No.
I think they agreed with me. They didn't want to fall into that trap either.
There was another trap I didn't want them to fall into either.
Mm-hmm.
And that was of thinking that there was no spoon trick.
Mm.
And that I was just wasting their time in all that setup. And then once I realised that I had nothing to back it up with, I decided to kick them everywhere.
You did?
That was another trap I didn't want them to fall into. Then I threw my bottle over the banking.
And it went crash.
And people looked around, and so we hurried away.
We did, yeah.
Scarpered. I said to Joseph, I've got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And the first part of the plan involved us going into the toilets, but it smelled and it really badly as shit.
It was
I
awful.
put up with it, I went in, but Joseph wouldn't have
Richard
it.
is used to the smell of his own shit, right?
It wasn't my shit in there.
I know, but it
was
smelled like it. You know. Connoisseur-wise.
So Joseph wouldn't go in there, he wouldn't have it. So that's my plan ruined.
Yeah, so we went to not a hot cup of cool.
Why are we telling you? You don't care.
No, you don't, do you? Same again, Martin.
No, then, we also
See your grooves.
We also had an encounter, funnily enough, with the Vicar today. It wasn't the groovy Vicar.
No,
we had an encounter with him. We're going to reenact this encounter for you now, bit by bit, as it were. I'll be both Richard and Joseph.
Great.
Joseph will be the Vicar we encountered.
Okay.
We encountered him while we were lying on the grass drinking booze, and he was sitting there rifling through his Bible.
He was.
And his trousers were sort of kind of, you know when you sit down sometimes when you're wearing a certain kind of trousers, well, your ankles are clearly visible, you know, the entirety of your socks and a little bit of bare white ankle with
Lovely.
skin on it.
Yeah.
So this is what took place. Excuse me, Reverend?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about your trousers?
I'm sorry?
Trousers?
Trousers? What, my trousers?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about them?
You know vicars? Like yourself.
Yes.
You know your hairstyles?
Yes.
All vicars' hairstyles fall into 3 different categories, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, as yours, right? Like that.
Right.
That part in. Then there's those ones who are a bit bald and they got some stuff round the back. And then there's groovy vicars who blow dry hair. Are they only allowed to have 3 different hairstyles, vicars?
Well, I can't say I've ever really thought about it that
No?
much. No.
And is it true that you know your dog collar? Does it cost £800 and you have to buy it in the first place out of your own money to show that you're serious about being a vicar?
No, that isn't true.
That's what I heard.
Well, you heard that it wasn't true.
No, well, yeah, well, no, I heard that it was true.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you've been misled, I'm afraid.
Do you know anything about God and all that?
Yes, I aspire to.
So, you know, if I asked you a really hard question about the Bible, you reckon you could answer it?
Well, I try my best.
Alright, I'll give you a quote, you tell me where it's from in the Bible.
Certainly.
And God said no.
Well, there could be any number of possibilities.
So you're not going to answer me?
I see very little point in continuing this conversation because you're obviously just taking the mickey, aren't
Do you want a drink?
No, I'm afraid I'm not allowed.
Why not?
Dodgy ticker.
Hang on, wait a minute.
Hello?
Take that off.
What?
That. Sellotape.
At this point we hurried away, didn't we?
Yeah.
Realising there was no humour in the situation.
Should tape over not just that part of the tape, not just the whole of the tape, but like the last 10 hours.
No, Joseph, I just know. I mean, I just know. I have just...
His friend's my mate.
I just know, right? I just know. I've just got to get laid tonight.